The staff room was suffocating. My hands shook as my supervisor screamed, her fingers stabbing the air like a weapon. "Late again," she yelled, mocking my grief as the headline glared from the TV, 300 children vanished overnight. My son could be among them. And she cared only about my professionalism. I froze, a tight ball of fear and rage in my chest. I wanted to scream, to push back, but instead, I nodded, packed my things, and walked past the silent staff. That's when I knew revenge wasn't about impulse, it had to be methodical. Outside, I gasped for air, watching parents panic outside the school. I replayed every humiliation she ever caused me, meetings stolen, projects reassigned, ideas mocked, and realized the same cunning she used at work could be used against her. The first step would be understanding her weaknesses. Calmly. Carefully. While the world panicked over missing children, I started my plan. I wasn't just angry. I was focused. And she wouldn't see it coming. I stayed late in the office the next day, pretending to organize files. But my real mission was subtle, digging into her emails. A flash of text made me freeze. She'd held private meetings with a district official connected to the missing buses. There were deleted messages, hurriedly erased drafts. She had a hand in decisions that put children at risk, and no one suspected a thing. My stomach tightened, not with fear, but anticipation. I realized revenge had to be invisible at first. I collected screenshots, copies of reports, and documents she thought were long gone. Every file she ignored, every warning she discarded, evidence stacked in my hands, piece by piece. While the media focused on the horror of missing children, I became a silent investigator, invisible to her. That night, I went home, exhausted but focused, hugging my son tighter than ever. I knew I had the first thread to pull. She had underestimated me for years. Now, I had the knowledge to unravel her carefully curated image. It happened during a district meeting she didn't realize I'd attend. She spoke arrogantly, mocking parents and staff, claiming she handled everything perfectly. Her smug tone made my stomach churn and gave me the opportunity one needed. I subtly referenced missing files in casual conversation with the board, planting doubt without revealing my hand. Her eyes flicked toward me, suspicious, but she didn't know how much I had. By the end of the meeting, whispers followed her down the hall. Questions she hadn't prepared for were now being asked. I watched her falter, the confidence she wielded for years cracking in real time. The first domino had fallen. Back home, I reviewed the files again, seeing the potential to expose every negligent decision, every hidden email, every cover-up. Revenge wasn't about yelling or confrontation, it was about strategy. Each piece of evidence I revealed had to feel inevitable, like the universe itself was correcting the injustice. By now, she was panicked. Emails I hadn't even read publicly yet were referenced in official inquiries. She lied, shifted blame, and tried to charm the media, but every lie only dug her deeper. Staff members began whispering about her negligence, parents called for accountability, and the media caught wind of inconsistencies. I remained calm. Calm is a weapon. I gave interviews under strict anonymity, supplying evidence without a hint it was me. Each move she made to regain control played right into my plan. Watching her spiral was bittersweet, not because I wanted cruelty, but because justice demanded precision. Every panic-stricken expression, every misstep, every attempt to manipulate perception accelerated her downfall. At night, I hugged my son, telling him stories to keep him calm. I smiled at the thought that even amid chaos, calm, strategic action wins. She had underestimated a grieving mother and underestimated the intelligence born from that grief. The day the official report was released, I sat quietly in my new office. Every misstep she had made, the ignored warnings, the falsified documents, the deleted emails, was exposed. She lost her job, her influence, and her credibility. Staff who once feared her now avoided eye contact, whispering about how a single mother outsmarted the tyrant they all feared. I never sought public recognition. I didn't shout or gloat. I walked my son to school, holding his hand, feeling the sun on my face. The woman who mocked my grief and tried to destroy me had been undone by her own arrogance. Revenge had been methodical, deliberate, and satisfying. It wasn't about cruelty. It was about justice, strength, and knowing my worth. And in that calm victory, I realized something profound. Grief can fuel intelligence, and patience can bring the sweetest victories. I smiled, finally free. Free from fear, free from humiliation, free to thrive on my own terms.
Thank you for watching Revenge by Peta. Remember, in a world of deceit and betrayal, justice doesn't always shout, sometimes it whispers. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any cinematic tale of love gone cold or family betrayal.